Hey, what's up, fam? So it's the time of the week again for Eden Zero spoilers. So I wasn't able to get much for uh, picture quality to give to you guys, but I can give you kind of a synopsis and summary of what happened in this chapter. So it kind of starts out, they're still traveling that planet. You actually see the big Sakura tree on that floating like giant island in space within the first panel, and Rebecca's kind of showing Shiki around the ship. You know, it seems pretty nice. But once they get to the planet, they actually crash land on it. But something I thought was pretty cool to see is Shiki can use his gravity also to his ether gear gravity powers. He makes the ship super light, and he can just pick it right up. You know, snatch that thing up, which actually could mean that when it comes to like heavy lifting out of Haru, Natsu, and Shiki might be able to be number one out of these. Eventually, he might be able to lift up giant things by, screwing with its gravity. But once they get there, there's a kind of alert on HappyBot and Rebecca's little B-Cube necklaces. And when they look up at the sky, there's these giant crystallized ether pillars falling down from the sky, smashing into the ground. And Rebecca kind of starts talking about, I guess this seems to be where they get, it's like a ether mining planet, I believe. But Shiki doesn't seem to actually understand much about how ether gear works, because they're kind of talking about it, and you get an explanation of Rebecca saying how the whole thing of ether gear and how it kind of goes around. It's not so much as say Haru's swords that he's got one that makes his Silpharion that he can use to make him faster, and Natsu's magic makes him all around like stronger and more powerful. The ether gear really is just kind of taking the amount you have already of power in your body and rerouting it in different ways. But then the obvious addition that is a specific type, obviously like the gravity addition to Shiki's ether gear. Because of the way that the planet works with all these giant crystal pillars falling down, they've actually built the city to this planet that they go to underground, and then this giant big open kind of valley, and they end up going to the laboratory of this guy that Rebecca and HappyBot know about, the one that obviously made the robot HappyBot, as I like to call him. And what's funny is in the one of the other spoiler images online is Shiki wearing goggles. It's these goggles he gets from the lab, and they're actually X-ray goggles. And he looks over at at HappyBot, and he could see like what he actually looks like with like his robotic exoskeleton and all that. And he can look at Rebecca and see Rebecca naked. But the guy comes in, enter rival Kun as he is to be the Gray or Musica kind of rival to the main character, kind of the third dude, the really cool guy. And they're kind of talking to him. He's like, "What the hell are you guys doing in my place? Get out of here. You guys don't need to be here." They're saying how they're looking for Dr. Wise, and the guy who we see in the image that I'm using right here says that that's him. His name is I think his name is translated to Wise Steinman or Wise Steiner. It might be Steiner Wise. I think Wise is his first name, but he doesn't seem to understand the whole doctor part. Now, from what I can tell and what I'm guessing, I don't think it's his grandson. Not like in Rave Master, he went to get Musica, and there was the old man Musica that was with Shiba, and then obviously the Musica that was with Haru. I have a guess that I'm just going to throw out there, because he seems to be acknowledges he's the same guy but doesn't understand something. So either we have the guy that helped Rebecca was a liar, wasn't actually him, but what I think it is maybe somehow he got his age reversed, and he ended up as a young adult again for some reason, but lost his memories. That's what I'm going to put up there for right now. But after they're talking to him, he seems kind of confused. Shiki's trying to seemingly to talk to him. I think he's trying to make friends with him. But it gets to then it goes to a kind of far off either planet or moon, and you see kind of a moon in the background, and it's ripped apart. It's all in shambles, and it's got what I can tell is kind of ether kind of drawing towards it. It kind of looks like if you took two pieces of gum and ripped them apart, and they're still kind of connected, just it's kind of worn thin. There's still kind of all this energy. I assume energy kind of like draining between each other. But they got like two guys I think they're guys. They might be robots, but they're in these suits on what looks to be a moon or a planet, and they're praying to Mother, trying to talk about how they found two bodies, a man and a woman's body, and what they find. Something that I was looking at also. It says 20,000 years later, I think, in the little box at the top. I might be wrong about that. It might be years prior or like 2 years later. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 20,000 from what I was able to kind of, what I was looking into it. Obviously, I'm not some master translator. I might be wrong, I might not be. But otherwise, it looks to be some point further in time, and these guys find what I believe, and what I assume are Rebecca's B-cube necklace, and on the back of it, when the guy's looking at it, he's holding up this necklace up in the view of this ripped up moon. It has all this kind of ether like streaming between its parts, looking like they're still trying to they're still connected together. And on the back of the necklace it says Eden 0. So the next chapter, or not, sorry, this chapter, it looks like we're gonna get the first kind of like little bit towards Eden 0, and the guy who's got in his hand reads it off, and it seems a little bit like some form of profound realization, maybe of what Eden 0 might be. Who knows what it is. But besides that, the chapter or the name of chapter 5 seems to be called a man, I think it's A Man Named Wise, or The Man Named Wise, I believe. Let me double check right now. One second. Yeah, the next one is called The Man Called Wise. So it looks like a lot of interesting stuff this week. Some really cool mysteries being dropped, as well as explanation of ether gear works, and a little bit of the interesting stuff of ether gathering itself, and a little bit towards what Eden 0 is, and the whole thing about this new rival. I guess Wise Steiner is, I believe, that is, he said his name is, from what my translations were. So anyway, thank you very much. I hope you liked this video. I hope you like that I am able to get these spoilers out to you guys pretty early. Subscribe to my channel if you you want to be up to date and given spoilers as fast as I can try and get them out to you. And maybe drop some comments below on what you think about this chapter and what I was able to get out of, let's just go with what I got. How about that? And otherwise, check out my other videos. I do mostly manga and some comics, and with my manga I do mostly Hiro Mishima stuff with Eden 0, Fairy Tail, my whole theory of the Mishima-verse, that he's going to connect all his series together using cross-planetary or cross-universe travel with Eden 0, as well as I enjoy stuff like a lot of the big stuff going on now, Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Fire Force. But anyway, thank you very much,